A single specification separates what professionals actually buy in a walk-behind mower from what they refuse to touch on a commercial route. It is not deck size, engine brand, or price. It is a mechanism absent from nearly every big box product page. And on a 60-stop day, that omission bleeds 28 minutes of billable labor before a single pass is made. The math the industry hides starts here. Most retail buyers focus on deck width or engine displacement, ignoring the control interface. Residential mowers feature operator presence control. Releasing the safety bail instantly cuts the ignition, stopping both the blade and the engine. Every obstacle demands a full shutdown sequence. Releasing the handle to pick up a stray branch kills the spark. After clearing the path, the operator must walk back to the engine, pull the starter cord, and wait for the engine to climb back to its operating speed. That manual reset routinely takes up to 30 seconds. Commercial mowers run on a blade brake clutch, called BBC. The mechanical clutch plates separate, allowing the blades to stop within 2 seconds, while the engine block remains firing at its rated idle speed. Re-engaging the cutting path requires a simple lever pull, taking only 2 seconds. The resulting 28-second gap represents a direct labor cost. On a route with 40 stops, shutting down the engine at every gate, toy, or branch wastes 1,120 seconds daily. That equals 18.7 minutes of lost time every day. On a 60-stop route, the waste climbs to 1,680 seconds, or 28 minutes daily. Over a 5-day work week, a 60-stop operator loses 2.3 hours of production. Across a 30-week season, the design choice consumes 69 hours of labor, at a standard commercial billable rate of $80 per hour. The missing clutch costs $5,520 in lost revenue per machine. Even at a residential rate of $60 per hour, the seasonal loss is $4,140. The time loss is a permanent penalty built into residential hardware. It is a drain on billable hours that no increase in engine horsepower can overcome. By hiding the mechanism behind safety terminology, retail listings encourage buyers to prioritize engine branding over operational uptime. Yet, big box retailers completely exclude the specification from their product comparison sheets. Product listings for Toro's commercial 21-inch line explicitly document the blade brake clutch. On the commercial specification sheet, the mechanism is not an add-on, but the structural core of a professional package. The machine bundles the clutch with a commercial-grade Kawasaki FJ180V engine, a 3-speed transmission, and a corrosion-resistant aluminum alloy deck fitted with replaceable steel wear plates and a tubular engine guard. Contrast that professional package with the retail listings for Toro Recycler or Craftsman residential walk-behinds. In those consumer catalogs, the blade brake clutch is entirely absent from the specification sheets. Big box product comparison matrices strip the specification from the consumer decision path altogether. Manufacturers purposefully design the technical division to separate light-duty consumer convenience from high-frequency commercial production. By omitting the clutch from residential tiers, brands force a structural choice between low upfront retail pricing and daily operational uptime. The separation of features serves as evidence that manufacturers design homeowner-grade equipment with built-in operational limitations, steering commercial buyers toward specialized dealer networks. The mechanical line in the sand ensures that homeowner-grade equipment remains structurally distinct from the fleet-grade tools required for continuous multi-property contracts. Residential walk-behind mowers typically feature decks stamped from a single sheet of steel, usually measuring 20 gauge or 0.0359 inches up to 18 gauge or 0.0478 inches. Under daily commercial operation, steel of such minimal thickness flexes upon striking roots, curbs, or rocks. Stamping forces the metal into shape, but leaves internal tension within the structure, meaning repeated impacts deform the shell over time. Such continuous deformation alters blade alignment, compromises airflow, and causes uneven turf cuts before eventual structural failure occurs. In contrast, professional-grade decks rely on welded, multi-piece construction designed to distribute impact stress across multiple heavy elements. The SCAG SFC30 uses a fabricated 14-gauge grade 100 steel deck shell measuring 0.0747 inches thick. A 12-gauge spindle reinforcement plate adds an additional 0.1046 inches of steel directly at the point of highest rotational stress. A quarter-inch steel side reinforcement bar, measuring 0.2500 inches, runs along the outer edge to absorb direct lateral impacts. Such multi-layered engineering ensures high-impact forces disperse throughout a rigid architecture rather than bending the cutting chamber, keeping the blades perfectly level and protecting daily root productivity. The structural steel carrying the mower's engine and drive system absorbs harsh operating forces. Residential frames utilize light-gauge tubular steel engineered to satisfy homeowner cost limits rather than root abuse. Under commercial use, repeated vibrations cause weld fatigue, manifesting as permanent handle wobble and chassis misalignment. In contrast, the SCAG SFC30 employs a fully fabricated steel frame constructed from the same military-grade steel family as the cutter deck. The professional chassis is more than 200% stronger than the standard drawing steel found in stamped consumer frames. Real-world stress, including trailer loading, direct curb contact, and full throttle operation by multiple crews, tests the frame to its absolute limits. Frame durability dictates overall service life, determining whether a machine survives years of continuous fleet deployment. Residential walk-behinds rely on engine families like Briggs and Stratton 550EX, 625EX, or 725EXI. They are engineered as a 500-hour class platform. For a homeowner, 500 hours represents a decade of utility, but a commercial crew burns through that limit in a single season. Before the fourth year of service, the labor costs to rebuild one of those entry-level blocks regularly exceed the replacement value of the entire machine. Root survival demands a dedicated commercial power plant, like the Kawasaki FJ185. Engineered specifically for high-dust, high-heat operations, the overhead valve design features heavy-duty hardware built for continuous run times. Key maintenance components include a premium canister air filter and a pressurized lubrication system with a spin-on oil filter. Service access is a core business asset, not a secondary feature. While finding consumer replacement parts often requires ordering online and waiting for shipments, local commercial dealers stock Kawasaki components for same-day pickup. Immediate parts availability represents the difference between a minor repair and losing a critical contract due to downtime. Warranty certificates serve as the ultimate legal diagnostic of a machine's true build quality. Consumer mower documentation routinely advertises 3-year coverage, yet the fine print contains immediate exclusions. Operating a residential mower on a single commercial property voids the warranty instantly or collapses coverage to 45 days. Manufacturers understand that consumer-grade components cannot survive the daily abuse of a commercial route, and they write their legal terms to reflect that exact limit. In contrast, professional machines carry explicit commercial backing. SCAG covers the SFC30 with a dedicated 2-year commercial machine warranty alongside a 3-year, 500-hour non-commercial policy. When a manufacturer signs its name to commercial coverage, it signals that the underlying engineering is built to withstand continuous daily operations without catastrophic failure. The legal text reveals what marketing materials hide. The Toro Turf Master 30 provides a direct mechanical solution to the small property efficiency problem. Built around a 30-inch, 3-in-1 deck, the machine package features a blade brake clutch, a steel bullnose bumper, a brush guard, a heavy engine guard, and commercial-grade copolymer wheels riding on precision ball bearings. Crucially, The 30-inch width fits through a standard 36-inch residential gate, allowing crews to bring commercial scale into restricted backyards. On a route with 20 gated properties per day, cutting with a 30-inch deck requires 70% of the passes of a standard 21-inch mower. Fewer passes eliminate 30% of walking time on every lawn. Over a 30-week season, that physical time savings translates directly into additional weekly service slots, yielding a measurable seasonal revenue increase. Professional landscaping operates on razor-thin margins where seconds dictate profitability. Choosing equipment based on retail marketing rather than commercial engineering guarantees costly downtime. True commercial viability lives in unadvertised engineering standards that protect daily revenue. Subscribe for more data-driven equipment breakdowns.